Hey, what's up, y'all? Joey here to talk to you about Lonnie Deals. So right now we're in a mobile home community. It's a place I've never been before. It's my first time coming out here and checking this out, and I thought I'd bring you along for an inspection of a potential Lonnie Deal. So first off, I'm gonna have the cameraman go and pan around and look at the mobile home community. So things that you want to look for in a mobile home community are you want there to be paved streets, you want it to be well maintained, you want to make sure that there's not all kinds of strange structures built, you want to make sure that there's not dogs tied to the tongues on the mobile homes themselves. These are things that you want to be looking for. So you just saw kind of how this one is. I'm not sure this is one that we're actually going to do a deal in, but still, y'all come along. Let's go look on the inside of the house and see what we're doing. So as I'm walking up to the house, I'm starting to look around. I look for what kind of shape the roof's in. I look at what kind of shape the sides in. Underpinning's a big deal too, because believe it or not, underpinning is expensive, and so when it gets tore up, it's a big expense, and so you need to take that in consideration if you're planning on working on a Lonnie deal. By the way, I didn't define what a Lonnie deal is. A Lonnie deal is when you buy a mobile home in a community like this or on a rented lot. You pay cash for it, and then you turn around and you sell it with owner financing. So the idea is to do no work. Sometimes you can, most of the time, you can get away with that. I don't necessarily think this one would be a good candidate for that. But come on, let's go take a look anyway. So, when you get inside, if you've never been in a mobile home, this is a mobile home. This is a single wide. Judging off of the structure, I would say it's probably a 80s model or so. So, one of the things that is a big deal in mobile homes is the flooring. So, by flooring, I mean the subflooring. For a long time, they used this stuff called particle board. Now, what you're seeing right now is not particle board. This is subflooring that was bought recently. This is actually a Vantech OSB type material, and it's meant to repel water. The particle board that they had during this time was not meant to repel water. You put water on it and you fall through, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. So as you're walking around, one of the things you want to do is you want to go through and step in front of the windows and see how the floor is soft right there. We knew that beforehand because they've already been trying to replace it, but water will come in through the windows, trickle down the wall, and get on the floors right there. That's something you need to pay attention to. All right, let's walk on. I'm not a big fan of fireplaces in anything like this because they can go up in smoke. However, you can be a little bit more lenient with this than you would a rental property because you're going to be taking payments on this. You're not a landlord. You're strictly the bank. So remember that. Be light-footed as you're walking through one that you've never been to before because that particle board, if it can give way, you can wind up underneath the trailer very quickly. All right, we're going to go into this bedroom right here. This one actually feels like, I'm pretty sure they've had some pretty bad water issues. The subfloor has been replaced throughout this bedroom. But this one's not in bad shape. Check this out. Right here we've got an outlet that's hanging out. That's a hazard, but it is common in mobile homes. These boxes are not actually in boxes, so the electrical is not housed in a box. It has, you see that, Lucas? These little ears right here. And what they do is they wedge the sheetrock in between that and the plate of the outlet and hold it in place. But what happens is this got really thin sheetrock, and so it breaks through and it hangs out like that. All right. Oh yeah, this is a good bedroom. By good, I mean it's a great example of what you need to be looking for. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. This thing dips right here. Let me see if I can pull this carpet back. Oh yeah, all right. That is particle board. This is plywood, this is particle board. Somehow this has gotten wet right here, and I can literally see down up underneath the trailer right here. But, you see that? Yeah, okay, so that's under the house. This stuff right here is bad, and it's not bad if water's been kept away from it, but more than likely what's happened is the water heater exploded, a tub ran over, something happened, and caused this to get wet, and somebody's fallen through. Now, that's going to affect your sales price, and these are the things that you're going to want to be thinking about as you're walking through doing these inspections is, how much money can I get out of it? Because how much money you can get out of it depends on how much you can pay for it. This whole thing right here is very spongy. be very, very careful as you're walking through them. If you step in one of those holes, you'll wind up on the bottom of the house. All right, here's the bathroom. Bathroom's in decent shape. Now I'm about to show you something that you got to do. It feels funny, but it is really, truly what you got to do. We call it the toilet truffle, or not toilet truffle, the toilet shuffle. So you're going to get, and you're going to put your feet on both sides, and you're going to sit here and bang up and down. And the whole point is to find out if the floor is weak around the toilet. The last thing you want is for somebody to sit down on that and once again wind up underneath the trailer, because that would be bad. All these things are things that you can check out while the owner of the home is sitting there with you. Walk around, do your inspection like this, and that will allow them to see that you see the defects that are in the property. These are all good negotiating things. This one, the bathroom's not in bad shape. That toilet was strong, so that's good. Let's go look on the other side of the house and see what we see. I have not found the water heater as I'm walking through here. That's interesting. A lot of times water heaters in mobile homes are like in a little closet somewhere. This is the kitchen. But a lot of times the water heater is, you want to know where that is, because those things, when they explode, they can cause issues. Plus, you should know where it is. Something that mobile homes have are a data tag. They have a piece of paper that tells you all about the mobile home. It's from the manufacturer, and they can have them on the doors underneath the sink. Sometimes you'll find them in a vanity. They're also oftentimes in the master closet. Sometimes they'll be around the panel. So look for that. That will give you all the information on make, model, all the amenities that came with it. That's a good thing to know if you don't have the title in your hand. Oh, this is a good shot. Come take a look at this. Here's our panel. Do you notice anything about this panel? It's missing the cover. That's a hazard.
It also looks like something got into it.
It just looks dirty. It's old. That's all it is. But still, this ain't good. So that's something to consider. All right, this bathroom is a little scary. Whoa. Can y'all see how I am bouncing up and down right there? There is nothing under that floor. Let's see if there's a data tag. All right, something else that I look for whenever I'm opening those things up is I'm looking to see if the vanity is rotted out up underneath. These have had newer tubs installed in it, so I like that. But still, that floor scares me. This one's been done pretty well. All right, so a lot of times people ask me, how do you figure out how much to pay for a mobile home? The way that we figure it out is I'll go and I'll find out what apartments are renting for it in the general vicinity. Then I'll take off, $50 or so, just as something so that I'm below the apartments. Find out what the lot rent is, subtract those two numbers together. So let's just say apartments are renting for $700. I'll say, okay, $650 is going to be my number. If lot rent here is $350, that means I've got $300 that I can charge as my trailer payment. So remember, begin with the end in mind. So that tells me how much a month people will be able to pay and pay comfortably and be in a place like this. This one's not necessarily going to fall in that category. This one would be more like a handyman special, and I'm not very interested in this one. This one's got a lot of issues, and the original owner was asking $3,000 for this. I might have done $250, $500 tops, but this is going to be one of those that I'm going to have to sit there and really think about real hard, because there's a lot of work that whomever is going to be living in it's going to have to do, because once again, you don't want to do much work on a Lonnie deal if you can help it. The whole point is get somebody in there, get it turned over, get your money back ASAP. And I don't feel very comfortable with putting somebody in this one because of the state that it's in. So this particular one's probably not going to be a deal that we do. Okay, you'll see this little jut out right here. The water heater is probably behind the wall right here. There may be an access panel from the outside, either that or, no, you just pull that loose. So water heater's right there. That's interesting. Anyway, so this is what a mobile home looks like. This is a single wide in a park. And once again, things to be looking for is How safe does it look on the inside? What does the outside look like? The park is the big thing. You don't want to get in a park where they're filming an episode of Cops, okay? That is a mobile home park. A mobile home community, however, is where people are out there. I want you to think about what happens in Florida. When you're in Florida, you see people living in mobile homes, but they're out there driving their golf carts, doing all kinds of gardening and things outside. Those are the kind of parks that you want to be in. Those are where people care, those are where people stay, and those are where people pay, and that's where you'll make your most money.